Hello YouTube, this is a video response from JW Pipes on Tabletop Reviews review of the Spyderco Persistence. I just picked this knife up and I haven't done a review on it as of yet because I wanted to wait some time. As this is my personal knife, I wanted to use it a little bit and put it through its paces before I did a full review. But what Tabletop Reviews has done is he's done a review on it, on its condition out of the box, without it seems like without much carry time. So I just want to make a response to him on a few of the points that he made. One of the points that he made was the ability to get the blade out, and he was telling everyone that it was crap and that it had too much detent and it was too hard to get out and it just wasn't working for him. So a few things on that troubled me about the review was that each knife you carry is going to have different characteristics of getting it out. It's just the way it is. I'll just pull one of my other trusty EDC carries here, is this guy, which is the Buck Vantage. And so if I was to judge the Buck Vantage versus this, I'm going to hold the knife about there. And this is given the size of the knife, the shape of the knife, and guess what? It doesn't work well for me. Doesn't. And one of the reasons it doesn't work well for me is because I have really short, stubby fingers and thumbs. Whereas this guy, I find to be much easier to get out. Now, I'm not going to slam the buck here. It's because each of the blades has different characteristics. For instance, this blade, the Buck Vantage, has a flipper that works fantastic. No problems with the flipper. I do enjoy flippers. It's my preferred method of opening a blade. So what he does is he compares the Kershaw Skyline to the Spyderco Persistence, and a couple things he goes on about is the grind on the blade. Now, if there's a poor grind on that, that's a quality control issue, and that's fair enough. And he can deal with Spyderco via the warranty program and see if he can get something on that. And that's something that can be brought up in a review that, hey, maybe these guys need to watch some of their quality control. But when you start talking about the opening characteristics of a knife, I was watching how he was doing it, and he had it really deep. Let's kind of readjust here. He had it really deep in the palm, and he was trying to do it like that, and it wasn't really working for him. Well, guess what? It's not working for me either. Each knife is different, and this is a very shorter blade than a Delica or an Enduro. And so what I had to do was I had to adjust my hand. Take my iPhone, move it away here. Instead of doing it like this, I had to adjust it so it was sitting there in my hand. And when I did that, it's like there, really easy. No problems. It just takes a little bit getting used to and changing. Where I traditionally would have put my hand around my old knife on this one to get it open in a nice clean motion. Other than that, very, very smooth. The quality control on my knife has been fantastic. There's no problems with the blade, as you can tell. It's got a consistent pattern on it from the wheel. I have no problems. It looks great. Sharp as a razor out of the box. But a couple of the things that he said in his review about the phosphor bonds bushings being crap and things like that, I can't agree with. My persistence has been fantastic. I mean, he may have a different story there, and I haven't felt the knife or touched it firsthand or tried to open it, but it doesn't look like it's gritty. He doesn't mention that. He mentions a lot of detent, and then it's really hard to get it out. They're right. This blade has a lot of detent. And you know what? I think it's a good thing. It's because if you saw Nut and Fancy's review of the Tenacious, he had in a fanny pack. Again, I don't know why Nut and Fancy was carrying a fanny pack, and that's another issue totally. But it came open like this, and he cut it himself when he went to his fanny pack to grab his keys or something like that. But again, we can take a lesson from this. Don't wear a fanny pack, and if you do, God forbid, don't put your knife in it and just haphazardly have it flop around. But again, this knife does have more detent from what I understand. The Tenacious, I've felt a couple of them in the store. I don't have one myself, but this one, really solid lockup and really solid holding it in there. So again, for Tabletop Reviews, a couple of things he said about it. Another thing was the weight. He said that he wanted it to replace his Kershaw Skyline, and he wasn't impressed because it was quite a bit heavier, and over an ounce, I think it was, or 2 ounces. This is, I think, 3.6 ounces. Is what Spyderco says it is. His Kershaw was like half that. Well, of course it is. It's because your Kershaw doesn't have stainless steel liners. That particular model Skyline, and again, from everything I've seen and heard, it's a great knife. It's just got some sort of G10 or Zytel on it. So again, it's going to be heavier because you have a ton more metal in here. Different strokes for different folks. Some people like the look and the feel and the solidness. that you get in the lockup from having a full metal liner. Other people say, well, that's not needed at all in an everyday carry blade. Give me something that's lightweight. If you want something that's lightweight, go with something that doesn't have stainless steel liners like this all the way through. And if you're looking for something that's really rugged and tough, then maybe you might want to go with one of these guys. So anyway, my experience with the Persistence, I'm not going to do a whole review yet, has been really good. Overall, the blade seems great quality. The phosphor rounds, bushings were great. Detention's great. It's not going to pop open up on you when you don't want it to. Again, different strokes for different folks. Each knife is going to be different in your collection, and when you handle it, and it's going to require slightly different placing of your hands, and you're going to have to get used to it. So to expect something's going to be the same on every single knife with different opening mechanisms and different designs, I just don't think that's a fair review of the Spyderco Persistence. The one thing I can give them is, yeah, I wouldn't be very pleased if I had some wavy patterns from the wheel, from the grinding wheel. On my knife when it came in, I didn't, so I'm very happy with mine so far. I'll let you know after I put some use on it, and let you know how it's held up, how the blade's held up, the edge, and how easy it is to resharpen. But I just thought that Tabletop Reviews a review of this was just a little bit unfair, and I could tell he was a little upset with the purchase, but I think that may have colored some of his remarks and how he judged the knife. And again, I don't think some of those comparisons were fair. Overall, my experience so far has been an excellent quality knife. Is it I'm just going to try to get it in here. Is it 100% centered? Not really, but it's a $30 knife. And you say, well, for $30 you can get a lot better. You can get some good knives for $30, but this is going to be it. There's absolutely no wear against the liner on either side. There's no scuffing the blade. It deploys beautifully every time. Have no problems with it. So again, take it or leave it. Remember, opinions are great to have, and it's great to have these videos online for reviews. But again, I just didn't agree with how he was evaluating some of the attributes or some of the problems that he felt were with this knife. Again, this is JW Pipes, just my opinion. So, you know what they say, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one and they usually stink. Yeah. But anyway, just wanted to add my 2 cents on that. Thanks so much.